The amount of respect I have for YouTubers is astronomical. I've wanted to make this video and put it out there since the summer, and I haven't been able to do it because I'm scared, and I'm still really scared to do this. So if you don't know me, my name is Sophia. I'm currently living in Dubai. I am a TikTok content creator. I decided to make a YouTube channel. Don't ask me what it's gonna be about. Don't ask me how much I'm gonna post. I don't know. This is so scary to me, but you know, we're gonna fake it till we make it. I asked on Instagram and on TikTok for people to send me questions so I can answer them, so I'm going to answer them in this video. So if you're interested about life in Dubai or manifesting, or you're just like curious about my life, keep watching and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon. First question is, where did you move to Dubai from? So this is a great background question. So I was born in Russia. Both of my parents are Russian. It's my first language. I speak it fluently. And then when I was 3 years old, I moved to Canada. We moved all around Ontario, well, not Ontario, like the GTA, Greater Toronto Area. And then when I was 18 years old, I moved out into Toronto by myself. I went to university there and then college. And then I moved here a year and a bit ago, so November 11th of 2022, and I've been loving it so far, and I'm so glad I made the step to move here because it's amazing. Next question, how did you move to Dubai, i.e. what's the procedure? Moving to Dubai is very easy, especially for me because I'm very privileged to have a Canadian passport. I have no baggage, like I have no husband, no kids, no job that I loved and left behind, no mortgage, no assets. I'm a free bird. And that's a big reason why I decided to move, is because I feel like now is the best time for me to do so. And I did it very spontaneously. I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want anybody giving me like negative feedback. And I've never been to Dubai before actually moving here. I obviously did a lot of research. Government websites helped a lot. I watched a lot of people's YouTube videos. I went on TikTok. I even went on Hinge, and I asked all of the guys that I matched with, like, what's the deal? How's life there? Can you give me some advice? And they were actually really helpful. And I booked a one-way ticket. I booked also 2 Airbnbs for a month because Canadians can stay for 30 days visa free. And then after the 30 days, you either have to extend your visa, which I don't know how you do that, or you can do a visa run like to Oman, or just leave the country and come back, and then you have another 30 days to stay here. So the first Airbnb that I booked was a shared accommodation. It was like a hostel style apartment. It was like a big apartment, 4 bedrooms, and I did that on purpose. I'm an introvert at heart, so I knew if I was gonna move to Dubai, it would be really difficult for me to make friends unless I was forced to make friends. And luckily, everybody there was so amazing. I'm still really good friends with the people that I met there. I found out so much information about Dubai, so that for me was like, I'm so glad I made that decision. And it was super cheap and in a great part of Dubai. It's like right on the beach in a very touristy area. You don't need a car. It's in JBR for people who are familiar with Dubai. And then I booked an Airbnb for about 2 weeks, just like by myself in the next door building. I knew like living with that many people would drive me crazy. And then I gave myself a month to find a job. So your job will sponsor everything for you, like your visa. Some of them will even give you accommodation, or they'll give you accommodation for at least a month so you can settle into Dubai if you're new to Dubai. And they'll give you health insurance and everything. I was trying really hard to find a job. I could not find a job, which was ridiculous because I had a really good resume. I was a makeup artist. That was my career in Toronto, in case you didn't know. And I worked everywhere, like retail stores, salons, as a receptionist, but I could not find a job. I have no idea why. And I was making TikToks back in Canada, but nothing serious. I think I had like 2,000 followers when I moved to Dubai from Toronto. And then as soon as I moved to Dubai, everything kind of started blowing up. I remember I made like a nail video, and that got like almost 1 million views. So I was like, okay, let me actually take this seriously. And luckily enough, I have an amazing mom who's super supportive. So if I ever need help money-wise, she will support me. But now I'm a content creator. I make money through brand deals. I do UGC content. I did modeling once. I did an event once. There's a lot of little things that I do to make money. But also I live very frugally. One of these questions in here is what's your source of income? So I'm gonna speak on that right now. You can live in Dubai with no money. It's not that hard. Like right now I rent a room. I don't rent a full apartment in the same area of JBR. I don't have a car, which is why I live here, because I want to cut out on car expenses. There are cheaper grocery stores, especially if you're a woman. Like every restaurant does a ladies' day where you could have like free drinks or free food. I'm a content creator, so I get invited to a lot of places and I get PR. So it's really easy for me to live like way below my means, and that's what I'm doing. I know it doesn't seem like it, or maybe for some people it does. Like I don't have any designer items. I don't do that many crazy things in Dubai. I'm not at a beach club all day, every day. But if it looks like I live a lavish lifestyle, like that's because I'm manifesting. So like, it's great for me. Next question. If moving to Dubai, should you find a job before or move and then look for a job? This is a really interesting question because 50% of people say one answer and then 50% of people say the other answer. I do not know because I've never had like a real job here, but I do know that the job competition is extremely high. Dubai is booming like crazy. Everybody wants to move here. So if you want to move here without a job, like have a lot of money saved up because it might take a longer time for you. But I do know because of the competition, a lot of employers are only going to look for people who already live in Dubai because they know that they're serious. Like they want to live here, they want to work here. If you don't live here yet, like they're going to prioritize the people who already live here. But on the other hand, like moving to a country with no job is a risk, you know? So if you want to risk that, like kudos to you. That's exactly what I did. But just be prepared for things to not go your way. Like it's not that easy to find a job here. How do you handle misconceptions about Dubai from people who've never visited or lived here? This is something I struggled with a lot, and I think that's the reason I didn't tell anybody that I was moving here before I moved here, because a lot of people have these huge misconceptions about the Middle East, like it's dangerous or it's very conservative. Dubai is very westernized. Like you can wear whatever you want. You don't have to be religious. Like you can drive, you can do all the normal things. I haven't changed anything about my lifestyle since moving here. You can buy alcohol, there's alcohol everywhere. Like the laws are getting more relaxed because there's so many tourists here and because they're attracting more and more tourists. So when it comes to misconceptions, it's obviously very annoying, but I just don't let it bother me anymore. Like there's so much information about Dubai now. I think the misconceptions are like getting less and less. But I just like don't care what other people say. Like if you have misconceptions, like whatever, I don't care. How are you adjusting to the heat in Dubai after living in Canada? Oh my God, I'm not. I do prefer the heat rather than the cold, but the Dubai summer is insane. I lived in Miami for 1 year. So for all of 2021, I lived in Miami. So when I moved to Dubai, I was like, oh, no problem. The heat, like it's totally fine. No. This heat is on a different level. If you can't deal with the heat, like I wouldn't recommend you moving here. However, everything is air conditioned. Like in the summer, the only thing you can really do is hang out in the malls that are all air conditioned and they're quite cold. But I would rather deal with like 3 months of excruciating heat than like 6 to 8 months of excruciating cold, you know? And also the amount of money that you're saving by not having like 2 separate closets, like a winter closet and a summer closet. I don't need boots. I don't need like an expensive jacket. So I would much prefer living in like the heat than living in the cold. Like I'm not a seasons girl. I don't give a fuck about seasons. I hate seasons. Do you hate anything about living in Dubai? This is such a great question. There's a few small things that come to mind, but nothing like really that deep. One thing is they don't have dryer machines in their apartments. Now I know this is just a North American thing because we do have seasons, but nobody has like dryers, like dryer machines here. Like you dry your clothes on a rack outside on the balcony. And that to me is crazy and is something that I'm still adjusting to. Like once I move into my own apartment, I'm gonna buy a dryer machine. They're not even that expensive. So like, I don't know why nobody has them. The summer is really like sucks. And also there's so many tourists here. Like it's getting so busy. Even in the 1 year that I've lived here, I've noticed a huge difference. Like traffic is insane. I also hate Dubai infrastructure. Like in Miami, you have the beach and you can walk like the whole way on the beach. It's all connected. Here it's not like that. There's so many private beaches that you can't get onto. We obviously have the Palm, and we have the place where Burj Al Arab is, and there's a lot of like cuts in the beach, so we can't just walk along the beach for hours and hours. And the way the roads work and the sidewalks, there's barely any sidewalks. Like, Dubai is not a walking city. You need a car. Public transportation is pretty good though. Like, the metro is really well done. But there's like just little areas with roads that really make no sense and that make the traffic unbearable. So the infrastructure sucks, but I mean, I don't blame them. Like, Dubai was not built to handle this many people. So like, I get it, you know. How is dating in Dubai compared to Toronto? Oh my God, dating in Dubai. I love dating in Dubai. I love dating in general. I think that's important to say. Also, the men in Dubai are very multicultural. Like, they come from a lot of different places. And when they come here, they adapt to the Dubai culture, which is the Arab culture, which is more conservative and more traditional, which I personally like. I want to be a housewife. Obviously, I want to keep making TikToks and like I have my own ambitions, but I don't want my family and myself to rely on my source of income. I want a man to take care of me. I want to be with a provider. And Dubai has many of those because that's the Arab culture as well. Whereas in Toronto, all the men are little princesses and they want to be treated so well. But at the same time, they want to split all the costs 50-50. And because of that, they don't want to spend a lot of money on you. Like, I can count probably on like 2 hands the amount of dinner dates that I've been on in Toronto. It was all just like Netflix and chill. They want something casual. Let's go get drinks. Let's go to a bar. Whereas here, it's like, let me come pick you up. I made a dinner reservation. After dinner, do you want to go to a cafe? Let me drop you off. I don't even kiss on the first date or on the second date, and they completely respect that. But I think it's also me. Like, I think I've grown up a lot. You know, I'm 28 now. And when I lived in Toronto, I wasn't looking for anything serious up until I was maybe 23, 24. So I'm probably a big reason why I love dating here is because I've matured. I know exactly what I want, and I've set very like strict boundaries for myself. So maybe that's why I prefer dating here so much. And there's also so many things to do. Like, I discovered Dubai by dating and talking to all these men. There were times where I was going on 2 dates a day. Like, I was busy when I first came to Dubai. And there's so many things to do. A lot of people will not agree with me. And, you know, then I welcome them to go date in Toronto. What advice would you give to somebody moving to Dubai? Just do it. Like, if you want to do it, just do it. It's so much fun here. Like, you could always go back home. I know not everybody is privileged enough for that, but I always told myself if it doesn't work out in Dubai, I can always go back home. Like, I have somewhere to go to. So if you're in that position and if you really want to move to Dubai, just come and move and like see what it's like for yourself, because nobody can tell you exactly what Dubai is like. Dubai is what you make of it. You can be poor in Dubai, you can be rich in Dubai. A lot of people get married here, so it's not impossible to find like a loyal man. So if you want to move here, just move. Have a lot of money saved up, or like have, you know, support that you could lean on, and then just come and just like chill. It's really nice here. How do you make friends in Dubai? This is another great thing I love about living in Dubai. Everybody's in the same situation as you. Everybody chose to move here because they wanted a better life for themselves. And that's something that I love about Dubai, because in Toronto, everybody's miserable, they're all depressed, but they don't have the guts to actually do something about it and move. And I get that. I get that you have to be very brave and you have to have a lot of faith. So everybody's in the same position as you. And it's really easy because of that to make friends, because everybody wants to make friends. Like, they want to connect with other people. There's so many Facebook groups. I actually made a Facebook group. I have a Facebook group. It's called Dubai Girlies. It's linked in my Instagram and on my TikTok. And it's for girls to make friends when they move to Dubai. And I know so many girls have actually made lifelong friends there. If you have TikTok or if you have Instagram, there's so many instances where girls just reached out to me and they're like, hey, do you want to grab coffee? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And now we're friends. You can do the same, because again, everybody wants that here. Like, they want to make friends. Whereas if you did that in your home city, I can just imagine reaching out to a girl in Toronto and being like, hey, I just moved here. Do you want to be friends? She'll be like, what the fuck? No, like, I have my own friends. nobody has friends here, you know? Everybody's just starting out, so it's really easy to make friends. So Facebook groups, reach out to people via TikTok, Instagram, and just go to ladies' night, go to a beach club, and just like start talking to people. If you have even 2,000 or 3,000 followers on whatever platform, try to start posting consistently and like becoming a content creator or an influencer, because there's so many events you can attend. There's just so many more opportunities for you in general. And being a content creator has not boomed here. Like, we haven't hit a peak. It's not oversaturated. So if you have any desire to become an influencer, Dubai is a really great place to do that. Make content about like moving to Dubai. Like, guaranteed you will blow up because everybody wants to move to Dubai. So take advantage of that opportunity and just, you know, just do it. When are you looking to settle down and marry? Oh my God, today. I am so ready to get married. I really want to have children. I am dating to marry. And if you've never seen my content before, I've never been in a serious relationship. And that's because I don't just want a boyfriend. Like, I want a husband. I'm looking for the father of my children. So today preferably would be great. Next question, are you religious? I'm not religious at all, nor am I planning to be. Like, I would never convert for somebody. So when I'm dating, especially here, there's a lot of Muslims, there's a lot of Arabs. I will make sure to tell them that, and I'm not going to date a religious Muslim or Christian or anybody of any religion. Like, if they're just Christian or Muslim because they were raised in that family, but they, you know, are not religious at all, then I'll date them. But I'm not going to date somebody who is religious because I know that they'll want me to convert eventually, and we just will not have that in common. And especially when raising kids, I think religion is a really big like pillar of life for a lot of people, and that's just not me. I have a lot of religious friends. There's no hate towards it. It's just not me. Have you seen any of the Dubai Bling cast members? It's such a funny question. Actually, I did. I just went to my friend Suhoor, and he had, I think there was like 3 or 4 Dubai Bling cast members. I talked to one of them, Zaina. She's amazing. She's so friendly and so sweet. I met the other ones very briefly, but I didn't really talk to them. Do you read any self-help books? Any recommendations? I love self-help books. My favorite one is by Jack Canfield. It's called The Success Principles. I just read The Power of Now, which is really great. They're all the same though. Like, they all have the same core beliefs and principles. The Secret is a really great book. I'm a huge manifestation junkie and I believe in law of attraction, so that's a really great book to like start out your self-development process, if that's even a part of it. How to manifest easily. So if you go on my TikTok, I have a playlist called How to Manifest Your Dream Life, and there's so many videos in there. I took a break for a while, but I'm gonna continue doing them. To me, the main thing about manifesting is having positive thinking and having a positive mind, and also believing that you deserve it, like having high self-esteem, high confidence. If you have those two, things will just naturally work out for you. If you believe in miracles, if you believe that good things are supposed to just happen to you because you're alive and you deserve it, then things will manifest easily for you. I don't think manifestation is like that complicated. There's no one set thing that you have to do in order to manifest. It's just what goes on here. So you can write as many affirmations as you want. If you don't actually believe them, and if you don't live your life in a positive way, like, they'll never come true. Like, you will never hear me complain about my life, about how difficult something is, unless I can't change it. If I can't change something, I will vent about it. But if I can change it, I'll just go ahead and change it. Like, I hated living in Toronto and in Canada, so I moved, you know? Have you tried a Joe Dispenza meditation? I haven't. I do like Joe Dispenza, but he's too like scientific for me. I'm a little bit more spiritual and like woo-woo about it. And I don't really love his voice, so I haven't tried his meditation, but like maybe I will, you know, never say never. What is your favorite manifestation technique? I really like journaling, like everyday 5-minute journaling, just like being grateful. And I actually, over there in the background, I have a whiteboard and it says all of my manifestations in a gratitude way, like thank you so much for all this money. Thank you so much for like my soulmate. And I read those out loud every single day. I also write in a journal like all of my manifestations, and repetition. Repetition is key for me because that instills it in my mind. I believe it more. I believe that I deserve it more because I'm constantly writing it. Like I'm constantly thinking about it. Also, it's super important to know exactly what you want. A lot of people just manifest money, but like, how much money? What do you need the money for? And a lot of things you actually don't need money for. Like if you want money to buy a house, manifest the house, don't manifest the money. I think that's really important. I have a vision board on my phone background. I have my vision board. Also on my computer background, I have my vision board. So I'm constantly looking at it. Do you block men after not working out with them? It depends. I do love the block feature and I use it a lot. If a guy says something mean to me, I don't want him to have access to me, so I will block him. But if we end on like good terms, then I won't. But I will delete his number and I'll like remove him off of social media. Just because like, what's the point of having him there? I don't want him to think that he can ever come back. And I don't want to be in a bad mood or in like a sad and lonely mood and like reach out. So I'll just like cut the cord. Why do you go on Bumble even though it encourages women to be in the masculine by starting the conversation? When I read this comment, I was shook because first of all, making the first move to me is not masculine. I think women always make the first move. We allow the first move to happen. So even when the man is physically making the first move, i.e. like he kisses you or he touches you, is because we let them do that. We gave them some sort of trigger for them to know that they could do that. Also, if a man just comes up to us on the street or in a bar or in a restaurant, it's because we made that eye contact for them to be able to come over and like have the conversation. So I think women always make the first move. And I actually love Bumble for that reason, because I want to allow access to me first by making the first move and starting the conversation. And also, I will swipe and then the next day I will look at all my matches, and if I actually like them, I'll start the conversation. 50% of the time, I actually unmatch, because when you're matching all the time, like, you know, you're in a different headspace or there's like too many to even focus on. So I like the fact that I can make the first move, because to me that's kind of like double matching. You know what I mean? That's all the questions that I have. I will do more of these in the future, and if you have any questions that I haven't answered, leave them in the comments and I'll answer. If you've watched this whole video, thank you so much. I know I was awkward and shy, but hopefully the more I do this, the less shy I will be. I don't know when I'm gonna post my next video, so I can't tell you, like, I'll be posting weekly, but I'll try my best. I don't even know what this YouTube channel is for, but you know what? Subscribe. And like, we'll find out together. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post there much more frequently than I do on YouTube, obviously. But I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing day.